strong condemnation that it's received from countries.
Speaking on Monday, U.S. President Barack Obama said virtually the whole world sees Russia's occupation of part of the Ukraine as a violation of international law.
And what we are also indicating to the Russians is that if in fact they continue on the current trajectory that they're on, that we are examining a whole series of steps, economic, diplomatic, that will isolate Russia and will have a negative impact on Russia's economy and its status in the world.
Before leaving for Eastern Europe on the weekend, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry went a little further.
I think Russia needs to think very carefully about the choice that it's making, and there are visa bans, there are asset freezes, there's isolation with respect to trade and investment. American businesses may well want to start thinking twice about whether they want to do business with a country that behaves like this. These are serious implications.
There is widespread agreement in the West that such measures can put considerable pressure on Moscow, according to former U.S. official Lawrence Korb.
I think basically it will keep tightening the economic constraints, not just putting them out of the G7. In other words, you got those oligarchs, if they can't get access to their money in Western banks, they're going to be concerned. If, in fact, Russia can't, the ruble keeps declining, that will cause, economic problems. We can really make it very difficult for them to export their oil, particularly to Western Europe.
Korb says the question now is whether Russia will extend its occupation beyond Crimea to other parts of the Russian-speaking eastern half of Ukraine.
The last thing that you want to have is a war breaking out. The Russians will control the Crimean peninsula. The real problem is, does it spread to the rest of Ukraine? And that, I think, is the key thing, to keep that from getting out of hand there.
Already, the U.S. and the other 6 biggest industrialized countries have pulled out of a meeting this Thursday to prepare for a G8 summit scheduled for June in Sochi, Russia. Washington and its allies don't appear to be considering any military response, but they appear determined that using economic and diplomatic sanctions, they can make Russia's continued occupation of Ukraine very costly indeed. Burton Bolak, KSA2, Washington.